It's a gloomy town. Many years ago, in an old cemetery that was forgotten by the inhabitants of this town, strange events suddenly began to take place one night. The sky was covered with black clouds, there was a smokescreen everywhere. The residents of the town noticed strange sounds and lights coming from the cemetery, but no one had the courage to go there. One night, Michael, a young man, decided to solve this mystery together with his friends. When they went to the cemetery, they encountered dense fog surrounding them. As they slowly decamped, they began to see movements among the tombstones. Michael and his friends overcame their fears and continued to move forward. Suddenly, next to an old grave, they found a worn, faded diary. When they opened the diary, they learned the tragic story of Elizabeth, a town resident who lived in the past. Elizabeth was an outcast of the town at the time she lived, a woman full of dark secrets. According to the diary, Elizabeth's soul could not find peace because of an incident in which she was unjustly accused and was trapped in the cemetery. Michael became curious about Elizabeth's story and decided Tuesday to come up with a plan to free her soul. They decided to spend the night at the cemetery with their friends. Strange things continued to happen throughout the night. Whispers from the tombstones, the movement of shadows. And then, something unexpected happened. The spirit of Elizabeth, wandering restlessly in the cemetery, appeared. Michael and his friends were frozen in fear. Elizabeth's spirit began to move slowly towards them. Michael gathered his courage and took a step towards Elizabeth. Looking into her eyes, he realized that she was actually a suffering soul. Michael quietly said that he wanted to help Elizabeth. At this time, the wind became stronger and the surroundings became even darker. Elizabeth's spirit touched Michael, and suddenly, the tragedies Elizabeth had experienced came to life in Michael's mind. She was an innocent woman and had been the victim of dark secrets. As Michael began to understand Elizabeth's story, he felt that his soul was slowly being restored to peace. Just then, the sky began to light up and a silence prevailed in the cemetery. Elizabeth's soul was lost in peace, and there was a feeling of peace in the cemetery now. Michael and his friends returned to town unable to digest this extraordinary experience they had experienced. What happened that night remained a secret that only they knew. However, this experience changed Michael's life forever. He had now developed a new respect and understanding for the secrets and beings that lay deep in the afterlife. Residents of the town noticed that the strange events in the cemetery had come to an end. There was a peaceful atmosphere there now. Thanks to the courageous steps taken by Michael and his friends, Elizabeth's soul was released and peace began to reign in the cemetery. After this incident, Michael began to investigate the forgotten stories and secrets of the town. In each of them, he found unsolved mysteries and untold tragedies, similar to his own story. And so, Michael's adventures continued as a journey to discover the mysterious past deep in the town. Michael was now delving deeper into his research about the town's past. On the dusty shelves of the old town library, he found newspaper clippings, letters, and diaries from bygone times. These documents shed light on dark events in the history of the town. Each document told Michael about the pains and joys experienced by the former residents of the town. One day, in the oldest part of the library, he found a 100-year-old map. A mysterious place was marked on the map that no one had known about until now. This place was a cave hidden in the depths of the forest, outside the town. Michael thought that this cave might be connected to the town's past and decided to concentrate his research there. The next day, he and two friends set out to search for this mysterious cave. After walking for hours through the forest, they reached the place marked on the map. The entrance of the cave, which rose opposite, bore the traces of time and seemed to be opening the door of another world. When they entered the cave, they found paintings and signs belonging to ancient times on the walls. These signs were telling about a forgotten civilization in the history of the town. Michael realized that this civilization could be the key to some mysterious events in the history of the town. As we went deeper, the air inside the cave began to change. In an instant, a smokescreen appeared surrounding them and the three friends lost their direction. Michael told his friends to stay calm. In the fog, mysterious sounds could be heard coming from a distance. The sounds were drawing them even deeper into the cave, towards an unknown place. Finally, they emerged from the fog and arrived decently in a large room. There was an old stone table in the middle of the room, which looked as if it had been placed there many years ago. There was an ancient book and various talismans on the table. When Michael carefully studied the book, he discovered surprising secrets about the town's past. According to the book, the town was actually the center of a very ancient curse, and this curse has been causing dark events over the town for centuries. While Michael and his friends were trying to figure out what to do to break this curse, strange events began to happen inside the cave. The walls began to shake, the old paintings began to come to life. At that moment, Michael had to make a decision that would change the town's past and future. Michael took a look at the information in this ancient book that could change the fate of the town. The book contained details of the ritual necessary to break the curse. However, this ritual carried a great risk. If applied incorrectly, it could cause the curse to become even stronger. Michael made his decision. He had to take this risk for the safety of the town and his friends. Before starting the ritual, Michael and his friends decided to come out of the cave and warn the townspeople. Although the townspeople were initially hesitant to believe Michael's words, when they saw his sincerity and determination, they decided to support. The townspeople wanted this dark curse that has been going on for centuries to end. At midnight, Michael and the townspeople gathered in front of the cave. Michael began preparations to start the ritual. Just as the moon rose from behind the mountains, Michael began to read the magic words written in the ancient book. Everyone around could feel the power of the ritual. The sky darkened, the wind became violent, and mysterious sounds echoed from the depths of the cave. During the ritual, ancient spirits appeared that formed the curse over the town. These spirits were the representatives of all the pain and grief experienced in the town for centuries. Michael and the townspeople overcame their fears and confronted these spirits. Michael stood before the spirits and spoke words that would bring them peace and tranquility. In an instant, the whole town was bathed in light. The sky opened up and the stars began to shine. The spirits rose peacefully into the sky and disappeared. The curse was finally broken. The next day, the townspeople woke up in real peace for the first time in years. The sun rose brighter and warmer over the town. Michael and his friends have come to be known as the saviors of the town. After this incident, Michael continued to investigate the town's past and mysteries. But now, together with the townspeople, they were moving towards a brighter and more hopeful future. However, his and the town's adventures were a harbinger of new beginnings. Michael was no longer just a researcher solving old secrets, but also a hero in the eyes of the townspeople. His courage and determination had changed the fate of the town. As days passed, Michael began to delve deeper into the mysteries of the town. He discovered a new story at every corner, a forgotten legend under every stone. The residents of the town also supported his journey, sharing with Michael the past stories and legends of their own families. Michael's research has revealed that the town is not only full of dark and creepy stories. This was also a place full of stories of heroism, love and sacrifice. Michael began to rewrite the history of the town by collecting these stories. While exploring the past on the one hand, Michael became an important figure for the future of the town. On the other hand, he began to be remembered as a leader, a wise man in the eyes of the townspeople. The story of Michael and the town continued to move out of the shadows of the past and towards a bright future. This was a harbinger not only of an end, but also of a new beginning. The story ends here, but the adventures of Michael and the town are still going on.